G. Is that... No, it's GBRO.
And we're off. We'll get
we're off.
We'll get the streams
a little ahead of every... Oh,
we'll get it synced up here in just,
okay.
Just a sec. It's always the difference in, connections and that kind of stuff.
I didn't notice that at first. I was like, oh, Creed jumped the gun. It was excited to get it started.
Yeah, that's why we always watch the SRL timer. That's the real timer, the official.
All right, now it's syncing up. There we go, and we're off. Here we go, an exciting round 2. Now, is there a specific colored beam that could be more dangerous or less dangerous?
No. There used to be, back in a couple of versions ago of the randomizer, the beams had randomized speed. And sometimes the beams were so fast that you couldn't get through the stage without flash stopper or time stopper, whatever it's called.
Oh.
But now they're just standard speed all the time.
See, like this song, I don't know where it comes from, and we don't have Duckfist in the chat this time.
Yeah, I don't know this one.
But there is over, what, 170 songs in the randomizer, from what I remember being told.
Is there that many, really?
Yeah.
I don't feel like there could be that many because I hear all the same songs. I mean, over time...
How many times do you play this, Stuffy?
A couple.
A couple, just a couple.
And they both reached the boss door really close together.
I know.
It's Heat Man.
I love Creed. I especially love his voice, but I kind of want to see Dagit win. Is that bad? Okay, he's a slow
sort of a slow burn, but he is Buster Weak, so this should be okay. Slow burn Heat, and if he's not Buster Weak, can be tricky because he kind of ends up pinning you in the corner, and you don't have a lot of room to maneuver. Yeah, but that one wasn't a problem. Yeah, body shots on Heat is kind of like a body shot on Airman. I think it might also do 10 damage. You do not want to run into Heat Man.
Alright, so oh, look! This almost looks like a vanilla Flash. What's the backdrop? The backdrop isn't purple and vanilla, though, right?
No, the backdrop is, I think, a darker blue. But we did get Woodman's theme from Mega Man 2, so it's really close to vanilla. This is an underrated song, in my opinion.
It is. It's actually my ringtone.
Nice.
Actually, I have a Disco Dan. I have several different Mega Man 2 ringtones, and most of them are Disco Dan. This is vanilla for me. It's the only one that's vanilla of my ringtones.
This stage started, and Retro Queen went, "Oh, I'm getting a phone call."
Well, thankfully he didn't put any of Disco Dan's theme songs in this for the Mega Man 2 series. Otherwise, that really would be throwing me off every now and then.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. That's pretty much a free E-Tank, and Creed, I don't know if he just had a short jump or decided that he didn't need it. I mean, you can see that it takes more time to get it, but you might want it later.
Well, we got Crash Man, a green Crash.
He's also
and
Buster Weak.
He's slow.
Yeah, he can't run, but he jumps really well.
Yeah, he does. He also... Now, does the damage that the Robot Masters give are randomized also?
No, I think that's pretty standard. Like body shots from air and heat do a whole lot. Shots from various bosses like Bubble Man. Unless Bubble Man is Huggles, he's usually pretty easy to defeat because he doesn't do a lot of damage. Huggles. Yeah.
What does Huggles stand for?
Huggles is when Bubble Man always wants to hug you. Because their AI behaviors are randomized, right? And so if Bubble Man ends up with this behavior where all he wants to do is go where Mega Man is, then we call him Huggles.
the Falls of P.
Ooh, Dagit getting the good luck because he got an extra life there. Extra lives provide luck in this game. It's a proven fact.
Now you can tell when the P turns orange like that you might need to see a doctor.
Oh.
And here we go. We are doing the bubble zip.
Oh, but then Creed getting the luck this time, another extra life for free. Those are actually really valuable, though. If you're doing all of the zips, especially the ones like Goodwood and Crash Zip that cost a life, you might want an extra one.
And now we get to see the Robot Master behind these poor falls. Who is dropping this? It's Airman.
Airman
needs to go to
the
a
water. So this could be interesting. Well, he's blocking like crazy. Look at this air pattern.
Now, isn't there a thing with Airman with Bubble? Because he
can get
sometimes
stuck on the
jumps
ceiling.
too high. Yeah. When sometimes that could actually be extra dangerous.
He is being extra nasty to Creed right now.
Yeah, he's being extremely defensive, and he's not showing his back for nothing.
Oh, Dagit taking a body shot. Gonna have to use that E-Tank.
I am thinking that Creed might end up having. Oh,
yeah, E-Tank for Creed.
Yeah.
This is a tough Airman. He's blocking like crazy with where he's putting his tornadoes. Again, those tornadoes are randomized. He's not going to use the same patterns over and over.
And now we have Dagit taking the lead. It's a very, very slim, slight, little to nothing except idea of a lead, but it's there nonetheless.
Yeah, the lead that Creed had from not getting the E-Tank in Flash is gone, and since both players used an E-Tank in that fight, Dagit still has one and Creed does not. And we are 3 Robot Masters in, and we are still itemless, and now we diverge, Dagit going to wood and Creed going to metal.
Which actually was their choice the last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, we thought it was based on items, but maybe this is just their preferred route.
For the runners, yeah. Those Metroids are taking a lot of shots and still not going down.
Yeah. Nobody home in Dagit's screen there. Oh, Space Monkeys are back for Creed, but they're not Space Monkeys because there's a ceiling here.
Now, we're going into 4 Robot Masters in and still no items.
Yeah. Yeah, it's another one of those wonderful randomizer seeds that's item locked. The worst scenario in life in this game with the items is that item 2 is locked in heat, item 1 is locked in crash, and then item 3 becomes kind of irrelevant if those are locked that way. Oh, there's Fenman's on metal.
I wonder what Creed's thinking, seeing the monochrome.
Yeah, there's some monochrome in the background.
He's got the monochrome going.
So Fanmans in metal can be really scary because they'll show up at a pit, and you will have to pause buffer sometimes to make it over them. Creed got through, not really a problem. There was a Met behind the big pit.
Now, he didn't go for the E-Tank there. I was expecting he might have to use his last one.
Well, that's an interesting E-Tank. Because they have no items, he doesn't have any safety for making that scary jump away from the E-Tank.
Yeah, that makes sense. And here we have Flash in metal.
Flash in metal.
And with metal's colors.
Yep, no problem. Now, Creed killed him right when he used Time Stopper, so now we get the sparkly stars.
So, is Flash always going to be weak against Time Stopper? Is that how it works?
No.
Or there's always, like, what, one robot that's weak against it?
I think one Robot Master is weak against it. You never try it because it just eats up time like crazy. Dagit finding the weakness for Bubble Man with Leaf Shield. Now we get that lovely sound for the rest of this end of the stage. I love how he teleports out and then the sound goes a couple more times. And we've got Mechs and Joes in air.
And Dagit finding item 3 behind wood.
Yeah,
And
Creed
item
with
2
item
behind
2.
metal.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an interesting thing to find in the sky.
Oh no, this is... Okay, Creed using a really good damage boost to get out of that situation.
Oh no, oh no!
The knockback... Oh, guess what? There's another thing that's randomized. How much knockback Mega Man will suffer when he gets hit by different enemies.
Really? That was randomized? I
Yep,
have no
that's
idea.
also randomized. So the bullets... I think that was a bullet from a Joe, has more knockback than it normally would, which is why Creed fell off the ledge. I
mean, he can't even really take this slow. Can he? Oh, well, luckily, you know, just have some suiciding.
Oh, there's the item 2, yeah. This is a good time to use an item 2. If you can get through these bad guys, speed up the rest of this part of the stage. That's a lot of lag.
It's a lot of Joes.
That's a lot of bullets on the screen all at once. Alright, and meanwhile, Dagit is making it through some of those scary Fan Man sections. Looks like no problem. He's going to pause buffer over that, even though we knew that there wasn't a Fan Man on the other side of the pit. Dagit, really?
Oh, flying monkeys.
Cleanly making it through. Oh, we have space monkeys again. Alright. Well, that makes the second half of Air just a cakewalk.
Well, the beginning half was a bit nightmarish.
Yeah, the beginning half was bad enough that...
Yeah, so he can have an easy little cakewalk here.
Purple Woodman.
So, Dagit's gonna find item 2 now. You think he's gonna do heat? Now that he has 3 and 2?
Yeah, you could go to heat freely.
Yeah.
There he goes.
That's what I was thinking. That would have been my choice.
Creed finishing off Woodman with really low life. That was a little bit scary at the end.
I don't think he has an E-tank, does he? Or do he only has the 1?
I can't remember. He might not have any. No, he would have gotten one at metal. I don't think he used it. He might have
I think he only has the 1 at metal. Because he had used the other ones.
Metroids here in this section of Heat is not the best enemy to find.
We already know that they take more than 5 shots, or at least 5 shots.
Well, I think Dagit just nailed that one with 6, so... Yeah. He's doing really great at manipulating the Metroids to be moving in a good direction when he comes through. So he made it through that.
I'm surprised he wasn't item hunting to get rid of those Metroids.
That might have been a good idea, but just his movement there was really good.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, and he ended up just zipping right through that.
Oh, falls off the item 3, but he's got enough item 3 energy to climb back up and try to zip again.
Yeah, and it looks like these little guys aren't gonna...
Alright, first try!
There he is.
Is that third try? I don't know.
That was
I say that all the time when I fall off of things. First
it's
try!
It's just the first try!
No.
And he's doing a little dance of happiness. I'm gonna stop calling item 2 and call it the hoverboard now.
That could work.
It could. This is what it kind of reminds me of, the Back to the Future 2 hoverboard.
Yeah. Quickman is Buster Week.
Ooh,
that's our last
nice.
Buster Week boss. There should be 4 Buster Week bosses and 4 not Buster Week bosses.
Alright, so now Dagit only has air to go through, but we've seen the nightmare that awaited Creed with that, so...
Oh, and Dagit getting item 1. So Dagit has his full quiver of tools. Now, we've seen this air stage before. The beginning of this is pretty nasty, so
yeah.
Dagit can just make it through. That's really the key here.
I believe it was Wood that was weak to Bubble here. And being that Creed is item hunting, he skips Wood.
Yes, it was Wood, that's right.
Yeah, and he ended
he
up
finds a soft
going.
weakness in air. Huh.
Nice.
Or maybe both of them are equally effective. I'm not
Well, I was
quite
about
sure.
to say there's two weaknesses. Ooh, and the
dagit my heart. Oh my gosh.
Dagit my heart.
Yeah, he was on the last
that
pixel
was where
of the
Creed
ledge,
died, that exact same spot, and he managed to buffer out of it.
Those Mex and Joes, there's a lot of them. That's tricky. Okay, and Dagit will now find that he has space monkeys. Oh, that's actually a good idea to shoot down some space monkeys. Fill up your health for the boss. And there he goes, full health. And Creed's going to negotiate the Metroids. And now Creed's doing what you said. Oh, and Quick Boomerang is a one-shot, so...
Oh.
Creed should have easy time getting through here with that knowledge.
It's funny, I'm seeing this suit and I'm just thinking fireman. I mean...
Right? The heat. He should be using heat right now. What are you doing?
I know, I'm confused.
Those colors. Now, Woodman is yet another one of the Robot Masters that, if you can avoid it, you don't want to take a body shot. I don't remember how much damage he does, but I know it's a fair amount.
And Creed using up a lot of his item 3 for this, but he got it.
All you have to do is get that. Even if you take a little while to get it, as long as you get it, you're okay.
It's worth it,
yeah. You don't want to... you definitely don't want to go through the lower section with the Yoku blocks and enemies, and I mean... It can be nasty. Wait, what is happening? Is this even randomized? We're on Crash stage with Crash music?
It apparently is. They just wanted to change it. He just redecorated a little bit. He kept it the same.
Okay, right there you can see that
yeah,
Dagit
we still even have these, now what are those called? The little, our item 1 is...
the troll item 1, the item 1 that doesn't move.
Oh, no.
So, that's really bad for this stage, because now they've got to go through the little elevator moving platform section. I wasn't paying attention to what the enemy at the beginning of the stage was. Oh, what is this from Dagit? Is that a vertical screen wrap?
That is.
Whoa! I've never seen that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I guess I need to pay more attention, but we have frogs on these screens, and
we
the
have
lag is real.
We have lag out the butt.
Oh, man. And none of them showed up on the last screen. So, Dagit got through that way better than I would have. I would have just had to suffer through all that lag. It would have been awful. Creed getting the pixel-perfect zip execution. Prodigy's over there in chat probably going, yeah, it's easy. Easy every time. So Creed will get the zip, even with a stationary item 1.
Wow. Now that is skills. There's that experience coming into play. Although I have to say, you know, even though he caught up a bit to Dagit here, Dagit still made a great little progress with that vertical zip.
Yeah, the vertical wrap that he did saved him a lot of time, and he really didn't lose much of anything.
No.
Lost some lag.
That life.
Yeah, see, there's Prodigy. Easy every time, I told you.
Yeah, that's where I saw it. Dagit had done it against Mad Mega, which was his last race that he had done.
Okay, this time Metal Man is not Buster Weak, but as you can see what Dagit's doing, you can time your jumps and get through. Even though he's firing really fast blades, you can still time your jumps and not get hit and land, I don't know.
Well, he was kind of almost vanilla there, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was pretty vanilla except for the speed of the blades. They were really fast. So Creed right on his heels. This is yet another really close Robot Master set.
It switched. First it was Creed that ended up showing up while Dagit was at the Robot Master.
But
Now
Creed
it's the other way
comes
around.
into the room with metal blades against metal. I don't know if that was just a soft weakness, but it was effective. It was doing 4 damage per shot. So Creed just gaining a little bit right there.
I bet you Dagit's gonna fall to the right now on Wily.
We'll see.
All right, you know that time.
Oh, it's dragon guessing time.
It's dragon time. Dragon.
All right, I got the color last time. This time it's gonna be blue. It's gonna be blue with orange as a secondary color, and it's gonna be weak to bubble.
And I want to go monochrome for Creed. Because I feel, but then of course the first couple of monsters I saw were monochrome, so now I doubt the dragon's gonna be monochrome. So how about gray and blue? Well, we'll go half monochrome for Creed.
Gray and blue, that's the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Is it?
Well, it's as close as you can get to Blue Eyes White Dragon.
There we go. Gray and maybe the 2 different colored blues, or gray and white with blue. That's where I'm gonna go. All right, and what's he gonna be weak to? What did I pick the last time? I picked quick with you.
I don't remember
what
what
weapon
your color
did you
was.
pick?
I picked bubble this time.
You picked bubble this time. All right. I am going to go. Well, since I picked blue and white, I'm gonna go air.
So this is really interesting. Dagit's really low on life. I don't think he can take a fireball hit. I don't remember how much a fireball does for damage, but it looks like I'm seeing 4 ticks of health for Dagit.
He does have an E-Tank. He might use it at the beginning of the fight. Yeah, he can use it.
Oh, it's green again. But he's got a different
green, coral, and brown.
Secondary colors. Not Buster.
Alright, so we weren't,
It's not Bubble. I lost on this one. Okay, he E-tanks.
Yeah, I'm glad he used the
now
E-tank
it's quick.
there.
See, I was just on the wrong race. It's just on the wrong race, that's all.
Well, it could be another weakness, but here we have the 2 dragons again.
And Creed goes right too quick, which is going to gain him some time. And he mashes it down without getting hit by that fireball. That was a scary little moment, but well done.
Alright, and we're off. Wily 2. And we got a showing of air. Refilling his 3 here.
It's always interesting to see where people will refill and what they will prioritize when they refill. So Creed just got an item 1 refill there, and Dagit got an item 3 refill on this last tank. Creed's maxing out his item 1.
And Dagit deciding to refill some of his item 2 here.
Interesting that Dagit doesn't test walls and go for that E-tank there.
No, but a lot of times I've seen players waste a decent amount of time doing that.
You can.
And
you can.
with the amount of E-tanks he has, I think that's a wise decision. I mean, he's probably assuming that he's going to need potentially, there could be an E-tank use at Pico Pico. And, you know, he just has 1 spare. I mean, you know, or in his case, I think he has 2 spares.
Yeah,
right?
Creed just tested to get that extra E-tank, and he found the weakness on, like, I think his second weapon choice. I think it was quick.
Oh, really?
So he didn't lose much time. He got another E-tank, and he already knows the walls.
Well, in Creed's case, I think it was worth it for him to get the E-tank, you know, but Dagit does have 3 here.
Okay, Bubble working against the Picos. Looks like it's 4 or 5 shots from Bubble. Oh, Dagit taking another hit. He needs the E-tank. No, you never want to fight a whole bunch of Picos on low health. It's not worth it. It's never
I guess
worth
because
it.
you have to be so close.
Yeah, with Bubble the way it is, and it takes 5 shots. It's.
I am surprised that he's not testing for a different weapon.
I would keep using Bubble, but I kind of like it. I kind of like the little arc that it has. You can hit things that are slightly above you.
And that is another thing that's randomized.
Yeah, the amount of arc on the Bubble. It actually is. Sometimes it goes way up to the sky, and sometimes it drops like a stone.
And we have Dagit moving over to Wily 3 as Creed makes use of his bubble weakness. I think he finds bubble very acceptable too.
He's gonna change. Oh, it's a one-shot from Crash. And Crash isn't even using hardly any ammo.
Yeah, I was about to say Crash is using as much ammo as a Metal Blade, but it is a bit slow.
It is a little slow, and if it sticks to the walls, you have to wait for it to despawn before you can shoot another one, like right here. Oh, he waited in the explosion, and the Pico came over and killed itself.
Look at all these monochrome enemies.
Yeah.
But no monochrome dragon for poor Creed. Oh, I almost feel bad that this is an elimination match. I'd love to see more races from these guys afterwards. Well, we at least get to see one more race afterwards. And whoever wins gets to race Stuffy here.
Oh, you mean that? Okay.
Yeah, what did you think I meant?
Oh, I thought you were assuming that Dagit's gonna win this and that we're gonna see race 3.
No. I'm hoping Dagit wins this race so that I can see an awesome third race, because this is an awesome race in general.
Both of these are really great. I mean, they've been, even when they diverge and go to different stages, when they come back and go to Wily 1, they're super close.
I know Guts has been digging in on the mint lately. Have you noticed this with his color palettes?
Yeah. He eats too much of that mint chip ice cream.
Oh, and it's Crash.
No, it was just flashy because of the explosion.
Oh.
Crash is deceptive like
and
that.
an
You might
inverted
think it works.
leaf shield here.
Leaf shield is working, yeah.
Inverted leaf seems to work.
Yeah. Retro Queen is saying inverted because another thing that's randomized, the leaf shield, you push B once and it generates the leaves, and then normally you push to the side and it throws the leaf shield. However, in the randomizer, sometimes the leaf shield is, the x-axis is flipped, so you have to push left to throw it right.
And he's hunting for a different weakness, and it is charge. I was wondering if it was charged heat.
Yeah, that's really a nasty Guts tank, because nobody likes to charge heat for
let alone the fact that you have to charge it, and then the leaf shield.
And then leaf shield is hard to actually get it to land, but you know what? Creed did this last time. He used leaf shield last time, and just jumps into its face and generates leaf shields. I'm gonna steal that strat.
And once again, we have he caught up a lot of time that Dagit killed here, and now we have both our runners starting Wily 4 together.
Yeah, both runners are likely going to refill a lot of stuff here because they've been using up a lot of tools on these bosses to find weaknesses. Yeah, Creed's going to refill. I think that was his crash bombs. Or maybe it was his item 3s. Okay. Creed has lots of item 3 and Dagit had run out, so Creed's getting some boosts right here, catching up with item 3 usage. And Creed did that last time as well. He jumps up from the ladder to test and see if that's where the pit is, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's where it is." And then he does a vertical zip. Look at this sink.
Oh my god.
Oh, Dagit's gonna go get an E-tank.
Dagit went for the E-tank.
Okay, he got it.
Oh my.
Oh, interesting.
Sometimes the choices, just one small choice could make a make or break difference.
You never know, too, because in a race like this, you're blind. You don't know where your opponent is. So if you're thinking about, okay, how many E-tanks do I have? What do I want to do? You know, you don't know where the other guy is.
Oh my! And the back and forth that these two runners have are giving such a great showing here.
On this third
is
spike
exactly-
room, nobody's home, so you better hope you have enough item 2. And Creed using the pause buffer to finish off the screen. Dagit got on that item 2 like lightning. That execution there was insanely fast. Still super close.
Yeah, we're getting close to that sinking point again.
Oh, Boo Beam room is going to be a big deal. Creed knows the wall weakness. I think it was quick. Dagit doesn't, if I recall.
But because it's quick, Dagit will probably go to quick next.
You think Dagit will try it early?
Yeah, I think that they're going to do the same thing.
Oh, but the Boo Beams get destroyed by Leaf Shield.
I was about to say, he's probably going to test Metal and Leaf right here.
Oh, Creed can do this super fast. Knowing what he knows.
Finds it equally to be...
Right. But Dagit does need to take out, like... Oh no, he's not going to destroy walls, he's going to use item 1s. The sprite flicker in here is nice and strong. It's hard for us to see what's happening.
Yeah, he's just going down.
Well done.
He's skipping all the walls.
Yeah, he didn't even have to destroy a wall.
No, so now we're going to go to the Robot Masters. Now, Creed didn't find as many weaknesses for the Robot Masters this time around. Do you think he's going to hunt?
But I think he has a couple. Well, he knows metal works on metal.
Metal usually works on metal.
Right, that's vanilla. Not quite to the same extent as vanilla, but you know. Yeah, this is going to take Dagit a lot longer to fight Metal because Metal's not weak to the Buster. So even having a soft weakness that Creed had is a big deal. And Creed does know that Air Shooter worked on Bubble.
Ooh. This neck to neck, I'm on the edge of my seat. Oh my god, wow. I thought that Creed died.
Risking a lot there to get inside of Woodman's Leaf Shield and use his own Leaf Shield.
I can't even believe that worked, but here's this nasty
Remember
airman.
This airman? Again. This airman is awful.
Yeah, this airman
who trying to lob bubbles in there.
Back.
Yeah, this is gonna be airman's gonna be a decider here. Because this bubble is working. It's a soft weakness. I think it's doing 4 damage. But it's so hard to get a shot in. Yeah, and he moves so quickly, too. There we go. And Dagit's going to just stick to the Buster, but his tornado patterns are nasty.
Oh.
Really fast, quick man. He's quick.
Alright, and Dagit got through Airman. A little faster than Creed, but not enough, I think, to make up a difference. And it doesn't look like either one of our runners. It's almost like about the Wily machine and whether or not that's going to be Buster weak.
Yeah, if it's immune to the Buster, this could be very... the lead could change really easily.
Yep.
If it's Buster weak, this is Creed's race to lose.
Yeah, as Creed would always say.
It's Buster immune. What is this? Is this really?
All right, so here we go. It's race time.
And so Creed taking the opportunity. Oh no, it is Buster weak. Oh, he must have tested it, but he wanted to refill his wood.
Here.
Okay. I did not see that shot, I guess. Oh.
Dagit not bothering to refill.
Now he's gonna grab a wood refill right there, but not both. The second one's kind of risky. You get right up in the machine. I don't like getting the second one. And Creed went right. And we know that's always the correct choice now.
Now, there's also a zip here, but not many runners do it.
It's a risky zip because you can over-zip. Dagit went to go get the refills again.
Oh, Dagit again.
Not again.
Not again.
Yeah, the zip into the alien is very risky. If you over-zip, you have to take a death and then go back and do stuff again. Yeah. Oh, and Creed does the page 2 gambit and finds that Metal Blade is the weakness really fast. It's hard to hit with because I think he only gets one of them on the screen, and there we go.
And I'm sure Dagit's thinking to himself, and I had to get those items. Oh. Well, that was a great run. I don't think anybody died in that run either, did they? Besides Creed, once again.
Creed did take a death in air again.
Air.
Yeah. But still, I mean, 2 races that were really close. Our runners were both on the same stages almost all the time, except for Robot Masters when they go to different places. But as far as their progress, they were always right together.
This was a great race. Creed won both of them by a hair. I mean, even almost down to the alien. Well, down to the alien, basically, in the first one. Was it down to the alien in the first one?
Yeah, the first one was that last-minute choice of going to refill
item
items
and no
of
item.
course, picking the weapon that was going to defeat the alien. Yeah, this one was a little bit farther apart, but still really close and a good time. GG's to both runners. Those were great races.
GG's to both of them. These were great races. Dagit is eliminated officially.
Yeah.
And
Creed's actual SRL time was a 35:22, and Dagit's is a 36:27.
And congrats and GG to Creed. Creed will be facing you, Stuffy. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. Creed did really well tonight. I mean, 36s and 35s. Those are good times. It's really solid. I'm going to have to practice again.
So I guess we should see if we can get our commentator and our runners in here for a little interview, if we could.
And looks like we've got one already. I think Creed is here.
Oh, welcome, Creed. GG's, congratulations. Is he here?
I think he's working on mic things, maybe.
Here he came back. Welcome, guys. We have Dagit and Creed here.
Hello.
Oh,
Hey,
GG's games. Guys, this was an amazing race between the two of you.
Yeah, both of those races were really good, really close. You guys were neck and neck, and the leads changed a lot. They were really fun to watch.
You were a perfect matchup for each other. It was like a match made in heaven.
Let's see, Dagit. I guess we'll start with you. I haven't seen Creed's. Well, there's Creed's mic coming on. But Dagit, how do you feel about your races? How did that go?
You know, I feel like Creed beat me at my best, so you know, I really can't complain.
Yeah, I mean, you had two 36s. There's nothing wrong with 36s. Those are good times. And you had some great execution in some levels. You were playing really well. I think you should be happy with the way you played.
I think you did an amazing job playing, and I mean, Creed also did an amazing job playing. I think you guys both gave your best, and it definitely showed in these races.
Well, it was as I told Dagit in the SRL chat. It was. I was not gonna call anything until the actual race was going. Dagit was worried about how he had 39s before coming to this races, but I also told him that my rando practice because I'm usually a guy that does offline practicing. My practicing has not really been all that good for the entire week leading up to the races. So honestly, anything was going to happen, and the races to me proved just that.
Yeah, I had
that's.
a. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Daggett.
I had a 4-second PB on my 8 Robo in the second one. So I mean, I raced my heart out. Like I can't go faster. So I feel really good about that. And you know, GG Creed. You know, you're moving on. Good job.
I have to say, I didn't see a single mistake made from either one of you.
I just named two mistakes, and I can name two mistakes, and both of them start with Airman.
Right? Airman was just mean. He was just a mean guy. He was full of hot air.
Airman has been the bane of my practices for the past several times I've done attempts. If it's not the stage, it's the man himself. If it's not the man himself, it's the stage. I died once in Airman stage on both races. I don't know what it is about Airman stage that has been giving me a whole bunch of trouble, but right now Airman just got my number in one way, shape, or form.
It's the same. It's the same for me. Those air stages are so unpredictable. Even when you think you know what's coming, something weird will happen. There's a stray bullet or something.
Now, the funny thing is, Creed, the deaths that you took in air, Daggett flawlessly got through.
In a way, I feel like I'm not surprised. I just feel like Airman just seems to be my stage that I just seem to do.
No, the Airman stages were difficult. Daggett, what would you feel was the most difficult of the runs so far? Or the runs that you did?
That first seed, I went quick first, and I can't remember now what was difficult about it, but there was something at the time I was like, wow, that really trolled me.
I'm trying to remember. In the first seed, quick. The first stage?
Yeah, the first stage of the first round. I remember not liking Quickman, but I can't remember now why.
I remember specifically, I think in that particular seed, there were a lot of drills around the area. And I think Crashman was the boss of that stage that was extremely aggressive and spammed a lot of bombs.
He was extremely aggressive.
Right. That one was rough. You guys both used your E-Tank. Crashman was ugly.
Crashman was ugly. He was on roids. I think that's what I said.
Yeah, I think, were there drills twice in that stage? Because I remember one of the Quickman stages, I got all the way to the end and I was like basically farming the drills for health, and instead I took a bunch of damage and nobody dropped health, so I just E-tanked anyway.
I know there were drills on the first half in the first race. It might have been the second race, while that the drills might have been around in the second one, but I really don't remember, so I really can't be so sure.
I do remember there was one thing in my commentary that I was saying. I bet you this is it was when there was something that Daggett had trouble with, and oh right, now I remember. Your choice to always go left to get the item in the first race, that was kind of the defining factor right there. You both arrived at Wily like at the same time, but Creed went right towards Wily, and you actually went for the item refill. And then you made the same choice again in the second game, where you both almost got to Wily at the same time. Not to say that that was the defining factor, but you had what after seeing how close the times were in the first one, what made you decide to go get the energy refill on the second go?
I feel like I don't normally go for those, but there were like a couple weapons that seemed like they were really expensive in this seed, and I was just kind of worried about getting to the alien, getting him half killed, and then realizing I didn't have enough ammo. Because that is a huge time loss if that happens to you.
Yeah.
Daggett, if you don't mind me asking you a couple of things that I'm kind of wondering. First off, for the first race, the item one was actually pretty good. The first seed. Did you attempt the item one Zeb in that first race?
Yeah, I think I got that zip in Metal and Crash.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got both. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you also tried to do it in Wally 6 as well.
Oh no, I don't like that zip because I can't seem to get the wiggle down, and so I pretty much always overzip.
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking of places where you probably could have caught me up, because even though I usually go for that zip in Wally 6 if I got a decent enough on the one, I actually did not go for it that time.
Mhm.
So
You guys literally were neck to neck the entire time. You kept swapping first place,
Interesting.
even up into the Robot Masters. You guys really should rewatch this race, both of you. It was literally the first one. It was practically down to that deciding factor of one going left, one going right, and I think it was the guts tank in the second race where you have this, you do the leaf thing, the leaf shield, and you just kind of sit in the middle of him and kept jumping, and you took him down super fast. But up until that point, Dagit actually was in the lead.
Oh, I didn't know that would work on him. I should have done that because I found that fight frustrating, and
I would have done the same thing, Daggett. I just learned something tonight by watching Creed jump into the guts tank's face with leaf shield.
yeah, that's pretty much one of the only quote-unquote effective ways to try to even use leaf shield as a possible weakness for the guts tank, because trying to actually aim it and fire it probably more than likely would get you tinked off from the fist that's probably rising up. So it's might as well just try to do a damage race and hope that you're the one that's victorious in that battle.
Yeah, that little strat you did, Creed, literally gave you that push over the edge.
And the funny thing was, I'm pretty sure that leaf shield was one of the weaknesses for the guts tank on both seeds.
Yeah, it was. You used it on both races.
Yeah,
I had not had a good guts tank weakness in so long.
and then what was it? There was this back and forth that was going on between the two of you, but I think in the first race also it was the Daggett had a good lead up until the boo beams, and then when you got to the boo beams, it was Daggett who was sitting there hunting for weaknesses, and Creed was behind at that point. And when Creed had finally gotten in the room, was when you had actually finally found the weakness. No, you still didn't find the weakness, and Creed already knew what the wall weaknesses were. And then the boo beam weakness ended up just being Buster. So it was like as soon as he had gotten down his first couple of walls, was when you had finally found the weakness, and you kind of like, switched back and forth at that point too. It was a great race. You guys had it neck to neck the entire time. One would edge forward, the other one would edge forward, all the way up into the end.
It's really challenging sometimes in that room to figure out the barrier weakness, because sometimes you'll, like, I swear I tried bubble and which I believe was the weakness, and it like didn't seem like it was working. And I know sometimes heat can take 2 shots, so I was like, I gave it 3 shots with heat, and like, okay, well, now what do I go back to? And I was like, well, sometimes bubble's weird, and that's when I eventually figured it out. But yeah, that figuring. So it's I don't know. It's always kind of a trade-off to figure out the barrier weakness at that point, because sometimes you never have to figure out the barrier weakness, like if it's weak to wood, the leaf shield, and sometimes you can just save a bunch of time by like never learning the barrier weakness.
Well, I do have to say, and this was something that I had mentioned when the race first started, I said it's very interesting that, you two, we were expecting a great race like this, because, LVCreed had ended up getting into the loser's bracket by facing up against Metalo. And you had ended up being here by facing off against Mega Kyle, 2 runners that, of course, are in the finals. So it was, kind of showcasing that, had you not met that kind of match earlier on, or had that it could have easily been you guys that were in the finals. You guys were definitely primo runners, because everything else was 0 and 2 for both of you throughout the rest of the bracket.
Well, I don't know about Daggett's case, but me just getting that roadblock that's known as Mellow, I don't know about my chances.
Well, Mega Kyle is definitely pretty good, and
yeah, definitely.
I have to say, you know, him making it into the finals kind of showcases that. And I do also have to say, now, Creed, you're going to be facing up against Stuff and Things who beat Metalo. How do you feel about that?
That's going to be actually really, really interesting, because I was actually imagining this scenario. Because one of the things is, honestly, I actually made quite a few mistakes in my race today. And doing those kinds of mistakes are not going to be guaranteeing victories. As all of y'all just probably just saw, I just narrowly got through Dagit almost by the skin of my teeth. And now I'm gonna face Stuff and Things, who's probably he's another very consistent runner. You are a very consistent runner when it comes to rando stuff. And facing you will probably be one of my rougher challenges since that Metalo race. So with you being consistent, being one of the regulars in the weekly rando Sunday night, this race that's gonna be coming up, this could be one of my toughest in the entire tournament, and actually, I could actually see myself losing that match.
Well, I just want to say two things. I think that it could be. I think it'll be really good race, really even, because you got 35s and 36s tonight. Those are my times too normally. So I think it's going to be a great matchup. And then the second thing is, you know, Metalo is easy to beat every time. I'm totally kidding. Metalo is like a machine. I don't know what miracle caused you to actually take a victory there.
I just want to just grab your neck right now. but no, we ain't gonna be doing none of that. But seriously though, this upcoming race is gonna be something crazy. So hopefully it will be just as good as we're hyping it up to be.
I think it's gonna be just as good and better. I want a 3 race. I wanted a 3 race tonight. I love you, Creed, but I was kind of hoping Dagit would have won this race. And we would have had a third one.
Yeah,
I was so into this. I was like, my nose was like practically on the screen. I was like drooling. I was like, oh my god, this is such a great race.
When I PB'd 8 Robo, I was like, oh, maybe this means there'll be 3 rounds, but couldn't quite pull it out in the end.
They were all close though. It was really good.
So Dagit, what's in store for you? I know you and this is unfortunately an elimination round, and you gave us much entertainment tonight. It's so sad to see you go. What are your plans for the future? Are you going to continue?
I'm definitely going to keep doing the rando. I'm going to keep doing the weekly races for sure. You know, this has been my first tournament, and I've had a wonderful time. It's been very well organized. You know, Charlie Boy's done a great job. All of you commentators have done a great job and all of that. So I'm going to be on the lookout for more tournaments, because that sounds awesome. But my like most immediate plans is, like I said at my last race, if I lose today, I'm getting Mega Man 11, because I finally have time to practice and play it.
Well, we definitely look forward to seeing you again next year. Hopefully, we'll be able to schedule that again in a future running. Creed, are you going to be preparing for your race up with Stuff and Things?
Oh, I'm always preparing. As I always say, in all that you do, always keep grinding. I'm a friggin' grind monkey, so of course I'm going to be doing a lot of practicing.
You're going to make me have to stop trying to get world record in Mega Man 1 glitchless.
I know, and Stuffy was doing so good with that. I've been watching you, Stuff. And what was I gonna say? Dagit, is there any zips or anything that you're gonna try and practice for next year?
Yeah, so I've always run normal zipless for Mega Man 2. But
Best category.
Well, yeah, for sure. But I think it's time for me to try any percent. Because I think learning, just getting rock solid and super comfortable with all the zips means that the next time there's one of these tournaments, I can do that Wily 6 corridor zip and just, get a better time that way.
Yeah, I had actually mentioned that at the end of the second seed. I'm like, you think he's gonna try that zip? Stuffy said no. Stuffy was right. He's like, it's a really hard zip.
Yeah.
All right. Well, are there anything else that you guys would like to say before we close this up?
No, not too much. Of course, just want to thank Dagger for the good races. Like I said, it was closer than you expected.
Yeah, thank you, Creed. It was a blast.
Stuffy, did I miss anything? Creed, did I miss anything?
No, I think we're good here.
All right. Well, this is Retro Queen Gamer thanking you for tuning in. Hosted with Stuff and Things. We would like to thank Charlie Boy and Speed Gaming for hosting us. And I would like to thank LVCreed and Dagit for these great games. And without further ado, have a good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Take care, everyone.